Q here. Welcome to the channel if you found it. I want to do a New Year's Eve reading here. So, happy New Year's Eve, everybody. We have harmony for our pre-shuffle here as we dive in. And the man of paintings, the one who expresses their emotions and finds the means and the way to live in sublimity, the harmonization of sharing the experience with others. Peace and plenty and domestic happiness is the source of sublime art. The angel of science, that message of truth that comes in by virtue of expressing one's emotions and feelings rawly, to be solidified in one's own nurturance of one's own self, to go forth to the great harvest and vintage of the nations. That means something to somebody there, as the knowledge, this choice comes from the knowledge, and able to make a reflection beyond these choices. The Two of Swords here, which represents choice. Know what one wants and one feels, and you can have the energy, the courage, the strength to actually move forward there with the Strength card. It's the power that you hold that leads to your liberation. We were placid here by the universal brotherhood and mercy, with powers fitted to circumscribe this dark, oppressive death. The jealousy of those that express themselves truly, and wishing that one could do the same, and lead to your emotional fulfillment with the Nine of Cups there. That's emotional fulfillment, which leads us to the transformation, the Magician card here, that allows us to transform despair and melancholy into the very catalyst we need in order to break down the bonds that keep us bound to the tower, that keeps us grounded into the ways of the old. Allow the lightning to strike it and bring it down to the ground, leading to one's happiness, liberation. He who binds to himself a joy does the winged life destroy, but he who kisses the joy as it flies lives in eternity's sunrise. It leads to your what you fancy, what you stand for, what lights your way. This world is all one continued vision of a fancy or an imagination. We are in a holographic universe based off the things that we feel. Explains a lot of the world and why it's in this lamentation of this unending cycle that seems to be bound to those of the old. It's time for us to step into our power and break the wheel that keeps us bound in this cyclical nature that we've been repeating throughout all history. Break out of the box and liberate yourself into something that you see as envisioned, and you paint the world. You project the hologram out there, not bound to those from the past that want to hold on to everything, even as I have their last grasp and gasp for air. Let them fall, so you can stand anew, tall and not bound by the things of the past. What's on the horizon for us? They have had their time. Now let's have ours. Leap of faith. Toss the nipping dog at your heels that keeps you from making that leap of faith off to the monster that you know that it is. In the Fool card, there's always a dog nipping at the heels of the person that wants to jump and make that leap of faith. But we hold back and have this hesitation in order to do so because we know and feel that it isn't safe. And sometimes we're right. So send a scout. Toss the things of the old off the cliff, so you can gauge if you want to go that path or do you want to start anew. Your own passions, music as it exists in the old tunes or melodies as an inspiration and cannot be suppressed. It is perfect and eternal. The Angel of Cups paintings, Knight of Cups, the one who falls upon you with emotion and realness to show you the way and an example of how one can be truly themselves. I found them blind, and I taught them to see. The Child of Pentacles, the one that learns from the mistakes from the past and not doomed to repeat them as generation after generation after generation has done. Find the delight that lights your way, your dream, our time. The Ten of Cups paintings there. What brings you delight, not based off of those of the past. Again, let them collapse down into what they have chosen so we can have the room in order to express our dreams. The Man of Truth, the Man of Science, King of Swords. Our creativity is what will pave the future and the way towards something new. Stepping into our power, our control, our leadership. Emperor is the emperor that actually is balanced and has its ability in order to lead and move forward by example and showing that it does make sense to try something new and to step out of the box of the old, or we're just doomed to repeat the cycle over and over. Defeat. In this defeat, find glee and happiness as you surrender to the very destruction that allows you to make anew. Show others the way. Oh, that was a very deep pre-shuffle there. All right, well, anyway. Let's shuffle up here and we'll dive into it. We'll do it a focus style here. We'll find out what the divine, the universe wants us to focus on, what we are committed to, the path forward and the way to make that path happen that we're committed to, that the divine wants us to do. And lastly, our fears that hold us back, those things that keep us from moving on down the road, expressing our creativity. Again, it's just a choice. Do we choose the old path or do we choose a new? I like that. But yeah, again, welcome to the channel if you found it. I'll snip out the pre-shuffle so we can have just a short reading as well for those that lack temperance and don't want to hear all the information. It is there for you though. This is for y'all. That seems to be it. The individuality, standing on one's own. Every man's wisdom is particular to his own individuality. Embrace that emotional nurturance that comes from the Empress, the very light of creation there. And you will see the division between the two paradigms and how it keeps you held down and captured into that cycle. Break free from those by making a different choice. All right. What was over here? Yeah. The liberty, the judgment, the translation of the word of one's own inner soul being expressed in the holographic example. This world isn't real, so paint it how you see it, by emotions and feelings, not by what you think about it, because that's just laden and burdened down by all the things of the past that programmed us to feel this very same way that keeps us in the cycle. Break free from the chains that keep you from your individuality being expressed. So we'll put those up here, and that'll be our overall energy there. Boom. See the division and reflect on the choices that are there to bring you your happiness there. He who binds himself to joy does the winged angel life destroy. But he who kisses the joy as it flies lives in eternity's sunrise. I love the poetry on these cards. Divine wants you to focus on the world, the union, the stepping into something fucking new. Aren't you ready for something fucking new? We're all struggling. And we can't even express our own selves because we're too busy trying to live in the world of the old. Let it fall and crumble, and as we watch it fall and crumble and they scramble to hold on to it, we will rise up and show them there is a different way. There's always been a different way. We just needed someone to stand up and lead us through it by leading an example to know that it's safe. Toss the nipping dog off the cliff to the monster of the old. Feed it to the abyss and allow the Leviathan to coil around it and drag it back down to source. Oh, the commitment is the man of paintings, the one who's expressing their raw feeling of emotion by painting what one feels without any judgment, standing there rawly naked in the sun, showing what lights their way, what lights your way. Commit to that and be an expression, an example of that. Path forward. It's the harmony. Harmonize with that which expresses and shows you. Do not fit into the mold. Break the fucking mold and show a new mold and show that it can harmonize with other people because they feel the same way. Love and harmony combines and around our soul entwines, while thy branches mix with mine and your roots together join. Find those of like minds and we'll stand up together and pave a new path and a new future for those that want to stand out as something different and don't want to stand in the world of the old and feels like they can express themselves, and by virtue of expressing truly what they are, rawly, without any chains or things that bind onto them, that we can be successful in this world because we are showing the light and the way with our soul, that others can enjoy, express, and grow upon that. Let's change our soap from all the brainwashing that we've been programmed by the past that continues to cycle around and repeat. Toss the nipping dog off the cliff. We're scared to do that. We're scared to leap into the faith and show our light to the world that's just consumed by its own, here I'll use it, narcissistic endeavor to hold on to the way that it should be so one can never confront the way they want it to be. Don't be what made you. You hate it, loathe it, and cry out for something different, and yet you want to express it in the same exact way that they did. Are you not just no better than them if you stay on that path? Have the courage and faith to step into this new world here. One cannot get to this new world without judgment. And once we step through this judgment and we pass through it by honestly holding true to what we are, we can step into a new world and start a new journey by harmonizing with those that want to express themselves fully in the light of the sun. Express your individuality. What's next? Yeah, the melancholy that holds us back. I'm not allowed to show what I am, and thus sends me into just being another one of them. Fuck that. Toss that off the cliff and harmonize with what you truly are and step into this new world, and melancholy disappears out the door. This is the prophecy in which I am channeling through and speaking to y'all, and if it resonates with some of y'all, I hope it does, because in futurity, I prophesy, see that the earth from sleep shall arise and seek from her maker meek, and the desert wild becomes a garden mild. What a beautiful poetry there. It encapsulates pretty much everything I've been prattling on about as I threw this reading. So I'll stand by that. We'll add the layer here. From melancholy, we move into prophecy, and we see the strife. Thou art the man, God is no more, thy own humanity learn to adore. For that is the spirit of life. Awaken, arise to liberate one from spiritual strife. Liberation. It's the passage that we need to move forward. The six of science, thinking, swords, the one that brings us to calm waters. As the storm rages in around us, we gather in our own expression of realness and trust that if we just keep moving forward, expressing ourselves no matter what, the strive for melancholy that comes our way to try to hold us into this old world, we keep moving forward. Be willing to lay it all down, to be the example. So for them, you can have a new world for those that want to express it and finally choose something different. We've been in the same cycle since the dawn of civilization. Isn't it time for something new? Or why the hell are we even here? Just to have a shelter over our head, food in our belly, and do the grind over and over and over again? That the entire human collective harmonization of soul energy is just crying out for something different. We are in discontent, clouded with discontent and brooding in their minds terrible things. That strife, that melancholy. Hear the words of the prophecy and stand into a beautiful garden, mild. Rise up from the desert. This despair. We overthink and hold into our minds the very structure that we want to escape from. We stress and have trepidation and anxiety about it, and that solidifies the very hologram itself to continue and move on. Don't allow it to happen, even if it costs you all. Yeah, it's what's needed to transform. Piping down the valley whiles, piping songs of pleasant glee, and having the boldness that is required, that everyone should speak out boldly in art as well as in the arms or in the Senate. Be the light of expression that opens up a new generation of something that's real and worthy of being presented to all. Okay. Let's grab this one, the one with fables on it. The tower is on the bottom of the deck. I think I found it. Let's move this to the side here. Move this to the side. Tuck all this away here, and we'll clarify these here. That was just further paddling. So let's clarify. Tower is on the bottom, and the magician that transforms from the collapse of the ways of the old and rising up into something new with the Three of Wands, that horizon that we've been looking towards and wanting to move towards, but everything that we want to express is held back by not expressing, and combining with those, harmonization, with those that align with something and desiring to be anew, to step into a new world. The world. Let's clarify the world. Takes a change in paradigm, seeing it for what it is, and by virtue of seeing it for what it is, you can actually formulate a new perspective by not rejecting or resisting that's how it is, but accepting that is how it is. And once one does, one can actually think if one wants to leap into something new. The Fool card there. Yeah, what's on the other side of the wall? When we radically, honestly say and truthful with ourselves of why we hold ourselves back from moving into this new world. We want something that emotionally fulfills us. All right, Man of Paintings. The choice again, the choice to truly express oneself, express one's dreams, and put an end to the conflict that holds us back from feeling nurtured and warm. Be the expression of a new realness. The Page of Cups there. It'll move us to that Six of Swords, the passage and the way forward. To victoriously, with emotion, move towards what we want and what we're willing to put in the work and stand and fight for. Temperance energy, angel energy. The very energy of, lack of a better word, positivity is championing us forward, asking us to be the example, to give them a break from healing us from the deceptions of our hearts and what we hold ourselves back from, those hidden things that we are scared to express. King of Truth, the King of Real, the one that gets up and is willing to lose everything in order to stand with truth. We were taught by the old to be the same way, but in what we learn from the old, we can express to the old way something new, something unboxed, something they never even encountered. Become the teacher to the teachers by showing them a new paradigm. Rise up from the ashes. All right. Boom. A brand new passion, the Ace of Wands. Creativity. A new adventure with the Page of Wands, expressing what we've learned from others. Where's it? Expressing what we've learned from others in a new, exuberantly expressed way. Very light of creation, the Empress. Yeah. Is long-lasting and enduring when we align with the energies that want to see something new instead of the same old box that we've been stuck in for all eternity. All right. Yeah. Learning by virtue of teaching others. Best way to learn and make sure that you know something is by teaching to others, because you have to actually walk your very talk. Otherwise, it's just flimsy chicken bones of words coming out of one's mouth instead of the actuality that builds the very foundation of a new world. It's time. It's time to harvest and see what's beyond this old way of being. Judgment. We can't step into this new world without seeing what we are leaving behind. Otherwise, we're just doomed to repeat the same exact experience. With passion, go see what's on the other side. One more. Yeah. Expressing love and realness. Queen of Cups there. Put an end to not trusting yourself and having the faith in oneself, and toss the old conflicts of the past, the things that hold us out into the cold because we're just trying to fit into the old same mold, and be courageous enough to show a new way. Show the dream, Ten of Cups. Show the dream to others so others can have the courage and the faith in order to show what they love and commit to, the lovers, the choice, that choice to be something different than the old. Or maybe we just want to keep on doing the same thing. That is the choice that's there. Do we show our dreams and get rid of the things that hold us back from being harmonious and being able to express ourselves in a new world as individuals, liberated, emotionally fulfilled, long-lasting, and ever passionately curious? Or do we just keep the same cycle going again? That stubborn energy that won't go away until someone has finally the courage and the strength and the faith in oneself to show no matter what. Because when someone expresses that expression of new and realness, it elates people and gets them excited, but it also endangers their very paradigm. And their paradigm is what they hold on to hold their reality together. And when you threaten their paradigm, you pretty much are threatening their lives. And that's why people attack the very example of new. Be the ray of light that shows happiness and illumination. The way to liberation by sharing and teaching others that there are different options that change us from this stuck webbed wheel and get the wheel turning again so we can actually have something new and aligned with the dreams of those that have the foolishness to be brave enough to show the example, no matter if it gets heard or felt or not. They have the courage to show it for just themselves. And by virtue of doing it just for themselves, it teaches and allows the path to open up for others. What's under there? Yeah. The expression of true, absolute, big L love. All right, let's grab this. Things that hold us back from our destiny of moving into something new, away from the short-sighted victories that we think that we have to do, and move passionately, fast movement forward, Eight of Wands, to express what lights our way and free us and liberate us from the past. Give me 3 cards. We'll sum up this reading here. This stop repeating the cycle lecture that seemingly came out of this one. I don't know. I never know what I'm going to say until I'm standing here saying it. The choice is to make those dreams real and commit to them. Commit to rising up from this despair by showing what we've been hiding and keeping hidden and expressing it with harmony and passion, that new paradigm shift. What we've learned by watching the past and being, wow, look at all the pages, and being that new expression that triumphantly gets balanced, harmonized justice energy and frees us and transforms the frustration and charges towards something new that's never been seen before. Something new. As a door closes, another one opens. We have to put down what we think has to be and try something new, or otherwise we're doomed. Cold hard truth. To be held back behind our walls of emotion, controlled by the past, and constantly left in this disappointment. Be the very light of creation that lights this tree of control on fire and allows them to express what makes them feel passionate, their choice to be emotionally fulfilled. It's not over for them either. They can still choose something different. The long time coming. It's the gift that comes from the collapse of the old. The tower is a lightning struck tree, and inside of that lightning struck tree is the very solid new foundation that lights the way towards something new. Something that we've held back ourselves from, and by holding it back, we've only allowed ourselves to just feel like we're missing out on anything real. The Queen of Real Cups, love. Back to the burden that holds us back. Commit to changing and being anew. Nurture those by nurturing you. Be liberated from the fear of the past and rise up from it victoriously by holding to one's faith that it can be different and these dreams can come true. By being the expression of the king or the man of paintings there, expressing oneself rawly and honestly, naked and exposed in the light of just realness. That'll make the foundation for others to try as well too, so that they can commit to something new. Boom. All right. Transforms. Turns into balanced energy. We silence what we think has to be and see it for what it is. And by silencing that, we can express our own truths and be the very unique expression of something that builds a new foundation for others. The hidden thing, the thing that we want to share with others, and that solid, stable new beginning. That King of Cups jumps out again. To stop me on the Fool, repeating messages to the Chariot, who wants us to triumphantly move down this new road. For it's a time to turn in the right direction. Harvest energy, divine timing, to change. I like that. Passionate new expression of creativity. Ace of Wands there. Onto the new horizons. Exact repeating message from the other deck. To move past these self-sabotaging ways that we've deceived ourselves by hiding what we truly are. And we've denied ourselves the very calm waters that we want to explore and be something new. That new world that's here. So build the foundation for them. So as people see you expressing the example, they can join in and relinquish their fears to be the very positive expression of the devil there. Become the morning star, the one that is the adversary to the ways of the old. Be willing to be the devil against the things that you actually buck against and don't want to see in the world anymore, and change those perspectives by being willing to be the bad guy. Show them that what holds them back is their pride and ego, by virtue of wielding pride and ego in the positive sense, and showing them that they lack that emotional fulfillment. Yeah, passionately go towards showing that example, being the example of realness, and standing aligned with truth of what one which one expresses with radiance, because it's the truth of what one feels in their soul being. Change the hologram. Change the hologram. 10 of Cups. Be the expression of and the example of what needs to be demonstrated so one can have the faith to step into this new world. Weak, conflicting energy is the only thing that holds us back from striking the tower down and putting in the work towards something new. The path forward, time to change, be the new example that pulls us out of this depression, melancholy, despair, and put it to an end, and be courageous enough to be the childlike person that expresses their passions unheld back and lighting the way for other people to see what their soul wants to express. Be beautiful, be bold, don't be held back or confused. Show the examples of which fills your cup, and be stubborn about it. It must happen. Change this hold back miser energy into fuck it, and triumphantly go forward. By expressing what we've learned from the past and what does nourish our roots. We won't forget it. Paradigm shifts don't imply that we forget the old. It's inclusive. It unboxes it and liberates you. It's the miracle that we need. Boom. There you go. Permission, authority in front of this audience. This message, put it out there. It's above 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 990, 960, 965, 962, 963. I will stand behind a 962. I'm tired of seeing and absorbing the energy of people that feel like this, when I know that the miracle that they need is just a paradigm shift. And if they accept that and learn that and passionately express it by learning what they have witnessed that disappoints them, they can go show themselves anew and bring balance to the world. Avatar energy. Transform and triumphantly go change the world. Let the heads roll that keep us held back. Those old emperors of anew that keep us disappointed. Again, be the very light of creation that shows the different choices, and that angel energy of wielding truth, temperance, and the ability to fearlessly show a new example, to cast judgment on the old and collapse it down so one can get into this new way, the passage. Liberating us from the past in this pretense way so one can hold and see a bright, illuminated future that transforms everything and leads to celebration and happiness and emotional fulfillment. We'll do the rest of it. Stubbornly do it. Stubbornly express the things that are hidden, and no longer allow the fear of survival to hold you back. Survival's guaranteed. Go passionately express yourself and stop holding your truth back out of the fear of being taken advantage, disappointing others. Screw all that. Turn in the right direction and go express this new emotional love, realness. Go express the new real. No longer hiding one's truth so one can go get those calm waters by expressing the very passion that you wish that you could. again, aligned with truth. Justice is there. We just got to take it. We can no longer keep our mouths silenced and hidden. For if we do, we won't, this Ten of Wands, we won't be able to harvest and reap the benefits of all the work and the things that we want. And we'll end up just dying, not enjoying the very nature and purpose of this realm. Go show the new. Ace of Cups. It's the miracle that we need. Be the different that shows the way for others. All these are beetles, and that's a fly coming out. So even got the dog staggered. It's the Ten of Coins, the Ten of Pentacles. It's those dreams made real. This individual shares its wealth. And wealth in this case is the ability and the expression, the faith and the courage in order to show a new example to 10 others, to put a number on it. They're all waiting and watching, wanting someone to show them the light and the way. Truth. Boom. All right, I'll stop prattling on. This will just be our focus reading for New Year's Eve. If it finds you and resonates in your heart, I hope it does. It's a beautiful message. It's passionately said. Please express your individuality and liberate ourselves from this old world so we can step into a new. We get the very workings and nature that in order to do so. We must pass through judgment to get to the new world, and it takes courage and faith to do so. Oh, be the very light of creation itself. Empress energy, which requires emotion, empathy, and willing to unbox oneself. So if you ever find yourself in a dark space, this energy, Q, has got you.